All right, have you ever wondered, what's my purpose? Like, how do I know what my purpose is? Myron, can you be sure about your purpose? Now, I can remember a time in my life where this perplexed me so heavily. I just didn't know what I was supposed to do because I had a lot of skills in a lot of different arenas. I had a lot of passions in a lot of different arenas, but I wanted to make sure that I was doing the thing that God wanted me to do, not just the thing I wanted to do because I wanted to do it. And I remember wrestling with this idea of this whole concept of being, quote, called to preach. And I was like stuck for a long time. How do you know you're called to preach? And I remember talking to my good friend David Mitchell about this. He's like, well, you know you're called to preach more based on whether or not other people recognize the call on you than whether or not you recognize it on yourself. He said other people will recognize a call on your life oftentimes before you will. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but how do I know? Well, I'm gonna give you some really concrete steps. And David gave me some too, but I'm not throwing him under the bus because I love that dude. He is my best friend and one of my favorite humans. Right. So I'm not throwing him under the bus, but I'm gonna give you today some things that I've discovered that will help you discover your purpose so that you can live a fulfilled life. I mean, like completely fulfilled. I'm not talking about you have a lot of money, but you destroyed your family, or you got a great family, but you can't feed them, right? Or you got a great family and you got a lot of money, but you hate your job. Like I'm talking about completely 100% fulfilled, living your life in your purpose, on purpose, purpose-driven, all day, every day. Let's go, let's get it. So that's what I'm going to share with y'all today. How to discover, how to know your purpose. And not only am I going to share with you how to know your purpose, I'm going to share with you today why I believe that purpose is the only key to fulfillment. If you don't fulfill your purpose, you're going to feel unfulfilled regardless of how much money you make. If you don't fulfill your purpose, you're going to be marginally miserable your whole life. I don't care how beautiful your wife is or how handsome your husband is. If you don't fulfill your purpose, you are going to be miserable. And the Bible did not leave us without an answer. So I'm going to read something to you. But before I do, I'm going to make a statement, and I want y'all to finish it like most people finish it when you say this statement. I'm going to make the first part of the statement. You make the second part of the statement the way most people do it, not the way you've learned from me. Okay, y'all ready? God is good. Exactly. All the time. And all the time. So when we think God is, and somebody said holy, somebody said something else. There are so many different adjectives to describe God. God is good. God is holy. God is sovereign. God is righteous. God is just. God is king. God is omnipotent. God is omnipresent. God is omniscient. God is omnipotent. God is God. But here's what I find fascinating. When God gave us his word, none of those things are the first thing that God told us about God. Now, when I meet somebody, what I'm going to tell that person about me is going to be determined by who that person is and what we're about to do, right? If I meet a golfer, I'm not going to start talking to him about my guitar.
Most people have no clue that in 2023,
So I'm not going to start talking to him about my golf clubs. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So context, when you meet somebody, determines content. And the first thing you tell somebody about you is the most important thing you want them to know about you when you first meet them. Is what I'm saying making sense? Okay, so check it. The first thing that God tells us about God, we find in Genesis chapter 1, my favorite chapter in the whole Bible. And here's what it says. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. 10 words in English, 7 words in Hebrew. Rashit, bara, Elohim, et, hashemayim, ba'et, haaretz. 7 words in Hebrew. Say the same thing. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, I don't know how your mind works, but my mind is a perpetual question mark. Well, why? Why does that work like that? Why does that work like that? Why do you have 5 different positions in the pentatonic scale? Why is the melody always in the pentatonic scale? I want to know all the whys to all the whys. And when I read, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and later I found out God is self-existent, self-sufficient, self-satisfied, needs nothing. In fact, he told Job, if I was hungry, I wouldn't tell you. So why is he creating a heaven and an earth? I mean, think about it. Don't you have enough to do just being God, running all your angels and stuff? I'm not trying to be sacrilegious or disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, why would you create all of the heaven? Awesome. Earth, why? I've only been able to discover one answer. And if you got a better one, I'll be happy to hear it. But here's why I believe the first thing God tells us about God is that he created the heaven and the earth, because he is creative, and therefore it is his nature to create. The first thing God tells us about God is that he's creative. So if you're going to discover your purpose, that's where it begins. And God created everything. Why did he create everything? Well, Revelation, why did he create everything? Because he's creative, therefore it is his nature to create. Why did he create it? Well, Revelation 4:11 tells us, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, and thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they exist, and they were created. God created everything to please himself. It pleased him. It pleased him to do so. Okay, cool. So we read on, and then Genesis chapter 1, God, do you realize the whole chapter could have been that one verse? And then he starts backing up and explaining stuff. I just thought of something funny. Genesis chapter 1, verses 2 through 31 is God explaining why he created everything. I'm like, why are you created the heaven and the earth? That's enough. Then he starts saying, well, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, and God said, let there be light. And there was light, and God saw the light, and it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And God made a firmament and divided in the water. I'm like, what are we doing here? Now, I don't know if your mind works like that, but I wanted to know, why are you giving me all these details? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because, and I'm not even going to read all of that to you right now. I'm going to take this with me because I'm probably going to need it again. So, we know that God, in the beginning when he created heaven and the earth, Genesis chapter 1 shows us that God created 3 categories. Categories? Is that it? Gories. Thank you. I can't spell worth a quarter, but I can count. Okay, so 3 categories in creation. What are those 3 categories? Category numero uno, God created creation. Creation is the sun, the moon, the stars, the grass, the trees, the water. God created stuff. That's the first thing he created. He created creation. Then he created creatures. Creatures who can't use a... Okay, creatures. I get excited, I start pressing too hard and it wants to erase. Okay, so God created creation. Creation is the sun, the moon, the stars, the grass, the mountains, the rocks, etc., etc., etc. Then he created creatures, the dogs, the cats, the chimpanzees, the alligators, the giraffes and the chimpanzees, all that. But you know what's really fascinating about creation and creatures? They can't even appreciate the God who created them. They can't appreciate the God who created them. They can't celebrate the God who created them. The creation can't do it because it's just there. the word for the creatures is bahema in Hebrew. Bahema, you know what bahema means? In it is what it is. A horse is a horse is a horse, of course. Okay. So a horse can only do what a horse could do the first day a horse got here. A dog could only do what a dog could do the first day a dog got here. A cat can only do what a cat could do. What a cat could do on day one of creation is all a cat can do now.
Hello, good morning, and God bless you. What a beautiful day it is that the good Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. Show some love. Show some love. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. God is. Sitting, sipping on some hot tea. Snow is falling somewhere. Top of the morning to you. I don't see a name, but I see you said top of the morning, so I don't know who you are, but I'm just going to say top of the morning to you. You got your post over here in the chat. Appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. So we are here on this beautiful day, ready for whatever the market throws our way. All right. Well, if we ain't ready, we got to get ready because the market's going to do what it does. All right. Birthday Eve. It is Sandra's birthday today. Not sure if she's going to be on here this morning, but happy birthday to Sandra anyhow. Caught out a few trades this week. A lot of stuff has not even activated. But let's not get off track. Let's go ahead and do what we do. Let's jump over here and check out this news. All right. We've got some stuff that's going to be rocking and rolling, as you can see at 8:30. So put your seatbelts on, batten down the hatches, and get ready for what may happen. No guarantees. We're not sure. Sometimes red folders like this will pop up and we don't really see much, but we have a category 2 red folder storm for Canada and then a category 3 for USA. It's pretty big, category 3, that's wipe you off the map right there type stuff. So in other news, in 56 minutes, it's about a little under an hour, 2 more red folders for US. And then we have some orange folder for US in about 3 hours. Red folders, a red folder and orange folder for JPY and for GBP USD. More orange folder for JPY. About 10 hours, a little later on in the day. That's going to wrap it up for the news. All right. We always check that first before we jump into the charts. All right. Here we are. Here we are. Taking a look at yesterday, we had AUD to activate. AUD did activate yesterday. And as we could see, it pulled back. Probably got us halfway there, over half, 6 pips. We were looking for 10, and then it pulled back, and it's like a negative, what the highest negative 39 pips. Now it's down to like 33. So I'll look and see if this thing continues to come down. But still holding on, still holding on. I know some people probably dropped out. It's one good thing about not over leveraging. You have the ability to hold on to trades. One of the powerful things about trading is knowing how not to over leverage. I think USDJPY was over here. We did not get an entry. It dropped down. GBP, USD, nothing else came into play yesterday. GBP, USD did drop down. We did get one TP yesterday. And it's always good to know that some days shall be like this. When you look at the market, the market, if you haven't noticed anything, you should be able to notice that it's a lot of consolidation in the market. Okay, see that? So the market is consolidating, it is ranging, and we just sit, we ride it out. It dropped down and fell into a pocket. There's the downtrend, then it boom, it just stopped. And it's been consolidating for days. That's why we may look at trades maybe in profit, then a negative, then profit, then negative. So it's like being in a ship that just keeps swaying back and forth. You can become seasick. Okay. So same thing here. If we look at this, market is consolidating. Okay. But we're looking at a buy stop for UJ. Sipping on some hot tea this morning. Ah, so good. Hibiscus, elderberry, licorice tea. Oh, this is good stuff. With a splash of, don't forget the cinnamon and a pinch of cayenne pepper. All right. We're just watching, see what's going on, see what pops up. Let's get a little music in the background here. Just got a call right here. It just popped up for a sale. Just want to see what that looks like. It's about a 13 pipper. This is good. I want to sip this tea, but it's so good. I just want to. Feels so good. Morning tea and kisses. Morning, babe. All right, let's do our release. Scroll through the market. What do we have here? We start at the top, shall we? All right. I don't know. Let's go over here with that UD/USD. I think it's over here. Let's see if it's over to the left. Maybe I'll go on the left because we're still holding UD/USD. Yeah. So this is my plan this morning. So the market is really playing games. It's awesome stuff. We could expect some consolidation with the news coming up. But I would like to see a break below here for USD. That's what we're going to do. I'm not going to call out a bunch of trades this morning. Because the way the market was looking yesterday, like it was setting up to just take off. Knew what it was going to do, but pull it back. And it makes sense why I pull it back, because we've got consolidation that's been going on. But the market is always setting up for something big, right? It's always setting up for a move. So what we're going to do this morning. We're going to watch a couple of pairs to see what happened. Normally I come in here and I do 10 pips and get out of here. Since we got a packed house this morning, 3 people. Hey, 3 people on here. Let's get these. Got my early birders in here. Let's go ahead and hit these thumbs up. Let's get us another thumb. Give us another thumb. Oh, we got 3 thumbs. There we go. Like everybody sitting here has dropped with a thumb. What? All right. So what I'm going to do, if we get a break below this right here, if it breaks below this, looking for a move of at least like 34 pips. Okay. So that's more than we would get from 2 pips in one trade. That's more than we would get from 2. It's more pips that we would get in 2 trades normally, because normally just drop 10 pip trades. So I'm just gonna look for this. If I don't get it, it's cool, it's no problem. So I'm not just gonna sit here and watch it. What I am gonna do, set me a couple of traps. All right. Just gonna set us a trap there. See what happens. Let's take a look at EU. EU, I'm looking forward to drop as well. I don't know why I am so tired. Just looking at my EUs that I have. And they are all in profit. Looking good for EU. I'm prepared for the fake out. So, as you can see, EU did come through, hit our last setup that we had. Let's take a look at UJ. UJ was supposed to give us a buy stop way back when. It has dropped back slightly into seller's territory now. So, kind of sitting up waiting. NZD is flipping, flapping, flounder. Our position on NU. I have one that is positive and 3 that are slightly negative. Nothing to cry about. This NU trade never hit. Or did it hit TP? Let me just see if it hit TP and pull it back. No. So this is one that we're holding as well. So we're talking about 7 pips, roughly 8 pips negative, right? It's not bad. It's not bad. GU. Let me see if GU actually activated for me. Nope, GU did not activate. It actually got put out. It's 38. Yep, it triggered, but it did not go through. So it's not bad for a GU trade. Worth the hold on. What your GU trade do? Did it activate? Where you at? Negative. GU ending in 238. Ooh. Oh, she's negative about 7 pips. I think the wife's activated. It went through. if it's about 11 pips. So see stuff happening, all kind of signs here, but nothing. Like, I don't really call out candlestick patterns, but this is actually showing a very unique pattern that I really haven't seen that much. Let me see if I can draw us something here. Let's see if we can do this. Done this in a while, but this is the Batman. All right, we'll start about here. And you can see one of Batman's ears. Then you've got like the top of his head. It's not really, it's flat across. But then there's Batman's other ear. And then to complete it, the mark is going to come down. Then it's going to go back into the past. And it's going to come back. Just made Bluey. I'm just playing. Y'all was like, I've never seen the market move backwards. Me neither. No. But there's a name for that pattern. I don't know what it's called though. So we have, some stuff that's about to happen with this USA News happening shortly. 37 minutes for red folders there. And we are about 8 minutes away from opening bell and category 3 red folder news for USA. But I'm going to re-enter my GU. I'm gonna re-enter mine to see if I can get in on this one. My wife says she can see Batman. Now she can't stop seeing Dark Knight. Yeah, I'm over here talking up some stuff to y'all, and the wife is laughing at me because I've been talking with the mute button on. I hope y'all caught everything I was saying. Wealthy Awakening is in the building this morning. Right? Top of the morning to you. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Guess he's just saying the wife is celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Birthday. Fellas, and ladies, we gotta start celebrating y'all. You gotta start celebrating yourself. Wealthy Awakening say, hey fam. The wife is having a birthday tomorrow. So be sure to shout her out, holler at her in the group or something. She's look at that, you already got a cake. Wealthy Awakening and baked you a cake. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Baking them cakes. 2 minutes for this news drop. See what's gonna happen with. We're watching EU. Watching AU. Watching all the U's. We even watching you. But it's not actually her birthday. It's just the day that she gave birth. I like to celebrate her as well as the kids that she gave birth to on their birthdays. I think that's something we should do. I used to always do for my mother and buy her gifts, cards and stuff on my birthday. I keep saying that. Just want y'all to know, but my mother was a special lady. She knew I was going to be a special kid because she carried me for about 12 months. She wasn't a quitter. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all drop out at 9, tap out at 8 months. Premature. Nah. That's why my skin tone is the way it is, because I'm well done, baby. I stayed in there the whole 12 months. Right? So I think maybe y'all should try that too. Hold on to them. All right. Here we are, 1 minute away from this Red Folder News USA. There we go. We are 25 seconds out. Oh, yes. All right. We are in. Here we go, y'all. This is it. Red Folder News has dropped. Opening bell has dropped. That being said, keep your eyes on the prize. Let's see what happens. Yes. Gotta get that serious funk music playing, because it's about to go down. Come on. Like, share, subscribe. 3 red folders. You would think you would see more movement from the market than this. Or drop. Ain't nothing. It's really shaking and baking, right? So we just sit here. That's what we do. Looking for the news to push the market down over here, USA, but nothing has happened. Market is so funny. It moves when it wants to move. Does what it wants to do when it wants to do it. It's kind of like, you don't have a car, but you want to go somewhere. And the person that has the car is like, hey, move when I move. Go when I go. You're not going to sit up here and rush me. So if you want to go, just stay ready. When I move, I'm moving. I could use a good nap today. I think I'll be able to find the time for it. Market is pushing down for USA. It's fine. Wife is like, do you want me to go make some food? Make me a nap. Make me a nap sandwich. I won't. US appearing to be weakened by the news so far. Can somebody come hold my eyes open? What's going on over here? Man. Need to eat me a Pop-Tart or something. Kids eat them, they get hyper. We don't really do them. We don't really like Pop-Tarts, but every blue moon, right? You let a kid do something they want to do. Never let them have them for breakfast. Snack. All right. USA trying to show a little muscle here. I'm still believing that the trades that were called yesterday are going to play out. Just thinking that the banks have not stacked enough orders yet. That's what they're waiting on. Look at this. Oh, that's a 5 minutes. Not bad. Just looking at this gap that was created here. All right, what's next? 23 minutes for this USA news. I think that's really it's gonna make a difference. This has happened. We're done until 10. If we hit this, y'all, you know what? Don't say nothing, please. Don't. Nobody say anything, please. That was the wrong day. We had one voter, 834 USA. So she got the wrong day. Good news. Told y'all I need a nap. Charging up my battery for my coat. It's getting cold out. Gotta keep your battery for your coat ready to go. Yes. People are like, battery for your coat? Yes. It's cold around here. No need to watch AU. Just gonna listen for that alert. We are also in NZD/USD. So let me go back to AU here. I'm gonna do the same thing with NZD/USD because we're in NZD/USD. We got a couple of gaps through the market. I just noticed that's some strong buying power. Selling power for USA. So if there is this one is kind of tricky. Trying to look for early entry to get in on NZD/USD. I think we get this next set of news. If it's good for us, it's going to be really nice. Just see. There's an entry. 14. It's too risky though. It's not worth it. Alright. What I'm going to say here. Okay. Follow me now. I'm going to set an alarm to go off here. If I get a break below this point, do an extra 20 pips. That's what I'm gonna do. right. So I hit a market execution button. I'm already in this trade. If it comes down and hits this, it's gonna give me a market execution move. Then I'm just gonna write it down about 20 pips. And even here, if the market comes down and hits here, I'm already in the AUD trade. I'm gonna tap an extra 34 pips on top of the 10 that I was already getting if it comes down and rings as well. So have news coming in 16 minutes, which could easily come in, activate all of these trades that we have. We hit TP on the EG trade yesterday. GBP USD and UJ did not activate. So I'll let you look at those because I'm still holding on to them. You know what? Take that back. Let me take a look and see. And one thing that I noticed is that sometimes, I don't take every trade. I said that I really noticed. Just want y'all to know. Yeah, GU came back in just recently. Entered. I don't know why we didn't get a bail on that one because I am in GU trade. I did catch this entry here. Like because it had activated already. So we just had a gap get filled. Did we just see a gap get filled? Y'all like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank y'all for joining. So we're sitting here just waiting and watching, seeing what's happening. Want to see GU come back down into play here. It's a good buy move here for a fake out. Could possibly be a real good fake out move. They're trying to portray like the market is really taking off and going up. But I'll be looking for a drop. See the push up. I will be looking for the drop. That's for GU. Let's see what NZD has going.
This is madness. There will be many people out there that will look down on you. They will literally think that you have lost your mind. Why? Because you're dedicated? Because you're driven? Because you refuse to sleep on your destiny, on your dreams, on your ideas? So many people would rather just sit back on the sidelines and wait. But not you. Because the madness is within you. The power is within you. You realize that you don't have time to waste anymore. You realize that you cannot sleep as much because you're so excited about taking yourself outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes people are just waiting for things to happen by themselves. But the madness, you got to stay with it. You got to be the one that everybody's looking at and saying, where did he or she come from? They are not from this world. But I'm here to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, you are from this world. You do exist in this society today. The challenges that you are facing right now in your life are so necessary. The doubts, they are not. Because once you start to think like other people, once you start to think like everyone else that don't want to go further in their lives, you become a part of the problem that we are seeing day in and day out. Don't be a part of that crowd. Be a part of the strength. Be a part of the truth within yourself. Be a part of something that they've never seen before. Stand out. Don't stand in. Don't follow. Lead. Don't be the person that everyone else is looking at and thinking less of yourself when you don't have to be. Because so many people will look at you if you doubt yourself and they will believe exactly what you think of yourself. Because too many people in the world build everything up on drama. They build it up because they don't have it. They don't have the determination. They don't have the understanding. They don't have the willpower. They rather hold on to weakness. They rather hold on to excuses. They will think that they are nothing. But if you believe what they believe, then you become exactly what they are. So if they think that you are mad, if they think that you are just so excited about going beyond, your passion is what makes you grow. Your power is what makes you better. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them overthink it. Because as long as they're thinking, you doing. While they're thinking about what you're doing it anyway. Don't be ashamed to be different. Don't be ashamed to walk a path no one has ever walked before. What are you doing wrong except making yourself better? Why are you keeping up with everybody else? She not doing it, so why should I do it? He's not doing it, so why should I do it? Who said that you're supposed to do what they doing, and who said that they need to be doing what you doing? Just do your business. Be your business. Live your business. Stand on your business. Don't be lazy. Don't hold back now. The madness sets you apart from everyone else. Maybe they think you're a little loco. Maybe they're sitting back and saying this guy or this young lady is out of their mind. No, you are in tune with yourself. You are in tune with your possibilities. You are in tune with the strength that you have within you. You was born for a reason. Everybody has something to offer. Everyone has something to give. But don't you dare give excuses. Don't you dare look down on yourself. Where everybody's gonna think I'm this, everybody's gonna think I'm that. Let them think. Let them wonder. But they'll never be able to stand with you. They'll never be able to stand next to you. All that matters right now is what you believe within yourself. Because this is not the time to look down. This is the time to get up. This is the time to show up. This is the time for you to realize who you are inside. That blood that flows through your veins, that's your blood. That's who you are. There's no weakness there. There's nothing that's holding you back but yourself. So if someone thinks that you're a little out of control, no, they're out of control. You in control because they can't control you. No one has that power over you unless you give it to them. Stop buying into the nonsense that's out there today. Start trusting in yourself today. Stop opening up your mind. It's okay to be a little bit discouraged from time to time. It does not mean that you can't carry on. Every human being is just that, human. But you cannot afford to say that you're less of yourself. You can't afford to think that everyone else matters more than you do. You can't afford to hold on to everybody else thinking less of you because you believe more in what they think of you instead of you believing in yourself. Now, go forward. Go the path. Walk the path. Stumble. Fall. But don't be broken. Everything you do in this time right now in your life will change you if you're willing to take the necessary steps to go. Oh, and by the way, if you're worried about failing, you're gonna fail no matter what you do. But don't you ever think for 1 minute that you got to stay in that realm. Despair, it happens. Walking through darkness from time to time, it happens. But there's no darkness without light. And there's no light without darkness. But the light must shine. It must outshine the darkness. Don't let other people dictate you, tell you what to think, what to feel, how to walk, how to talk, how to move. Move because it's your destiny to move. Lift your head up. Everything is not meant for everybody, but we all got a destiny ahead of us. Everybody is not meant to be like you. In fact, they will never be you. And you shouldn't be too worried about being like everybody else. Start looking at yourself each and every day and say, I am me. Who I am, what I am is what I must be. Looking at everybody else, I want to be him, I want to be her. No, you don't. Because now how can we identify you as an individual? How can you identify yourself as an individual? How can you rectify that? How can you understand it? Because you're so busy wanting to be like everybody else. Don't let anybody have that much power over you. Don't give them that power. The naysayers, let them talk. Let them think, let them feel anything and everything they want to have within themselves. Because they too lazy to do the work. They rather see you fail than grow. They rather see you fall than stand. The moment you break down, the moment you give up, everybody's gonna really celebrate your loss. They're gonna celebrate you falling, and they know that you won't get up because you don't believe in yourself. No one will ever get by without a sacrifice, without a failure, without a struggle, without a little pain. You can't be what you think you are if you're not willing to go through the storm. You can't be strong if you never tasted weakness, madness. They think you're crazy. Be crazy. Be crazy. Be crazy within you. Take it outside the box. Because if you're crazy in the right way, that means you're going about it the right way. There's nothing wrong with being a little off. Off from the excuses. Off from the weakness. Off from things that are holding you down. You don't need to be on the clock with that. Stay off the clock when it comes to the nonsense. And get on the clock and do your business. Because that's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. From day 1 to day 10 to 100 days. The breath in your lungs, the heart that is beating, the mind is focused, and you are going on with your life. Don't kill your dreams. Don't kill who you are. Be different. Stay powerful within you. Let them people do what they do. Let those people think what they think. Trust me, I know. Been there, done that. Many people, just like what I said, have been there, done that. You've been there, and you've done that. But now what? People are gonna look down on you no matter what you do. No matter how high up you go, somebody is in the business to take you out. Because they miserable. Because they don't think you got it. They see you working so hard. You're so into what you're doing. You're so in tune with who you are. Everybody else that don't like what you're doing will find some kind of way to dismantle your thought process. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. The time is all you have. But you don't have much of it. So don't waste it. Get to work. Bring the madness. Stand on your beliefs. Stand on your business. Focus on the power within you. And let everybody else that don't want to stand with you go about their day. Because you must make it. You will make it. You will believe even when others don't. You will trust even when others don't. Remember, it was never designed to break you.
With Asana, AI teammates can help level up your goals by connecting them to relevant projects, so every team knows their role in the bigger picture. Asana, the #1 AI work management platform. Try for free today at asana.com.
You ever wonder why some people seem to have it all together while others are constantly struggling to keep up? It's not luck, it's not talent. It's not even about having more opportunities. It all comes down to one simple thing: control. Control over what you say, control over what you think, control over how you feel, and control over how you manage your resources. Let me tell you something: if you can master your mouth, your mind, your mood, and your money, you can master your life. Most people don't realize that the power to change everything is already inside them, just waiting to be tapped into. But if you don't control these things, they'll control you. These things shape your world. They influence every decision you make, every relationship you build, and every opportunity you either take or miss. Control them, and you control your life. Let them run wild, and you'll find yourself in a place you never wanted to be. So today, we're going to dive into this. We're going to break it down. And when I'm done, you'll walk out of here with a new sense of focus and responsibility over your life. Let's talk about your mouth. When I say control your mouth, I'm not just telling you to hold your tongue when you're angry, although that's important. I'm talking about realizing the power that comes with every word you say. The words you speak are like arrows. You can't take them back once they leave your lips. So many people don't realize this. They talk without thinking, spit out negativity, or gossip without considering the impact. But the truth is, the words that come out of your mouth have the power to shape your life, your relationships, and your future. When you speak, you're not just describing the world around you, you're creating it. The words you use build the foundation of your reality. If you constantly speak about how hard life is, how unfair things are, or how impossible your dreams seem, you are literally creating an environment that reflects those very words. You're putting that energy out into the world, and the world responds. On the flip side, if you speak with faith, if you declare possibility, if you encourage others, you're creating an environment where success and positivity can flourish. Think about the people who inspire you. Do they speak doubt? Do they tear others down? Or do they use their words to uplift, to push forward, and to open doors for themselves and others? That's the kind of power you hold. The power to speak life into any situation. But that power can also do damage if you're reckless. You've got to be deliberate about the words you use. So the next time you're about to speak, stop for a second. Ask yourself, is this going to help the situation or make it worse? Is what I'm about to say based in truth, or is it based on emotion or frustration? Too often, people let their emotions control their words and they say things they regret. But once it's out there, it's out there. You can apologize, you can try to make things right, but the damage is done. That's why you've got to be intentional about what you say. And here's the thing, this isn't just about how you talk to others, it's about how you talk to yourself. Self-talk is real. The way you speak to yourself, the words you choose, when you think about your own life, your own capabilities, your own future, those words are shaping your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, or it's too hard, guess what? You're going to start believing it. You'll limit yourself because you're feeding your mind the wrong message. You'll begin to act as if those limitations are real, when in fact, they're just a reflection of the negativity you've been speaking. But when you flip the script and start speaking positive, affirming words to yourself, everything changes. When you wake up in the morning and tell yourself, I can handle whatever comes my way, I am more than capable, I deserve success. That's when you begin to build the confidence and mindset you need to move forward. You speak yourself into strength, you speak yourself into courage, and before long, those words become actions, and those actions turn into habits that shape your future. You see, controlling your mouth isn't about silence, it's about being intentional. It's about understanding that every word that leaves your lips is either contributing to your success or setting you back. It's about recognizing that your words have power over your relationships, your opportunities, and even your own self-perception. Look, life will throw challenges at you, that's a guarantee. But when you choose your words carefully, you can navigate those challenges with a sense of control and purpose. When you speak words of wisdom, positivity, and truth, you attract those things into your life. People will start to see you differently. They'll respect you more. They'll come to you for advice because they know you're someone who speaks with intention, someone who uses words as tools for building, not for tearing down. Think of your words as seeds. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's what you'll harvest. But if you plant seeds of faith, determination, and positivity, that's what will grow in your life. So be mindful of the seeds you're planting, because you're going to have to live in the garden you create. Too many people spend their time talking about what's wrong, what's missing, or what they don't have. They complain about their circumstances, their jobs, their relationships, and they wonder why things aren't changing. But they're not using the power they already have. They're not speaking life into their situations. They're not taking control of the one thing they can control, their words. If you want to see change in your life, it starts with what you say. Let me give you an example. Think about someone who always talks about how hard life is. Every time you see them, they're complaining about something. What kind of energy are they putting out into the world? What kind of opportunities are they attracting? Not the good kind, that's for sure. Now think about someone who always speaks with hope. Someone who talks about solutions instead of problems. You can feel the difference, can't you? That's the power of words. That's the power of controlling your mouth. If you want to be successful, if you want to be a leader, if you want to make a difference in this world, you've got to get your words in check. Stop speaking defeat into your life. Stop saying I can't and start saying I will. Stop talking about what's going wrong and start talking about what's possible. And don't just do this for yourself, do it for the people around you. When you control your mouth, you become a source of strength for others. Your words can lift someone up when they're feeling down. Your words can inspire someone to keep going when they're ready to give up. But if you're reckless with your words, if you're constantly criticizing, complaining, or speaking in anger, you're going to push people away. You're going to create an environment where negativity thrives. And that's not the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. So let's bring it back to this idea of control. You can't control everything in life. You can't control other people's actions. You can't control the circumstances you're born into. And you can't always control the challenges that come your way. But what you can control is your mouth. You can control what you say. You can choose to speak words that empower, uplift, and inspire. You can choose to be deliberate with your words, understanding the power they hold. This isn't just about success, it's about living a life of purpose. It's about recognizing the power you have to create your own reality, to shape the world around you, and to leave a positive impact on the people you meet. Words are a tool. If you use them wisely, they will build a life that reflects your true potential. If you use them carelessly, they will destroy opportunities before they even have a chance to bloom. So the next time you open your mouth, remember this, your words have power, control them. Speak with intention, speak life into your future, into your relationships, and into your own self-worth. And watch how the world changes around you. Let's get real about your mind. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It's where everything begins. Every action, every decision, every habit you build, it's all rooted in your thoughts. Your mind is where battles are won or lost long before they ever manifest in your life. You've got to understand this, because if you don't control your mind, it will control you. And when you let that happen, you end up living a life that's reactive instead of proactive, driven by fears and doubts instead of purpose and intention. Think about it. Everything you've ever done, good or bad, started with a thought. Whether it was deciding to go after a dream, hitting the gym to get in shape, or even making a mistake, it all started in your head. That's why the saying, as a man thinketh, so is he, is so powerful. It means that your life is shaped by the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind. What you focus on expands. So if your mind is filled with negativity, fear, or doubt, that's the direction your life will head in. But if you fill it with thoughts of growth, possibility, and determination, you'll start moving toward those things instead. Too many people let their minds run wild, letting fear and doubt take control. They worry about what might go wrong, about what people think, or about whether they're good enough. And once those thoughts take hold, they start to spiral. One negative thought turns into another. And pretty soon, they're stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and anxiety, paralyzed by the very thoughts they allowed to control them. But here's the thing, you don't have to live like that. You can change the narrative playing out in your mind. You can choose to control your thoughts. And when you do, you take control of your life. Let me break it down for you. Controlling your mind isn't about ignoring the hard stuff or pretending that fear doesn't exist. Fear is real. Doubt is real. But what you do with those feelings, that's what makes the difference. Are you going to let fear stop you? Or are you going to acknowledge it and keep moving forward anyway? That's the choice you get to make every single day. When you control your mind, you don't eliminate fear or doubt, you rise above it. You learn how to manage it, how to push through it, and how to keep going even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. This is where discipline comes in. You've got to train your mind the same way an athlete trains their body. You don't just wake up one day with mental strength. It's built over time with intentionality and effort. You've got to be deliberate about what you allow into your mind. Too many people feed their minds with garbage, negative news, toxic social media, drama, and wonder why they feel so stressed and overwhelmed. but what you consume mentally is just as important as what you consume physically. If you're constantly feeding your mind with negativity, it's no wonder you're struggling to stay positive and focused. So what do? You guard your mind like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. You've got to be selective about what you expose yourself to. If it doesn't feed your spirit, if it doesn't align with your goals or your values, let it go. Instead, fill your mind with things that challenge you, that push you to grow, that inspire you to be better. Read books that make you think, that open your mind to new ideas and possibilities. Listen to people who motivate you, who've walked the path you want to walk, and who've overcome the obstacles you're facing. And here's another thing: surround yourself with people who lift you up. The company you keep has a huge impact on your mindset. If you're hanging around people who are always negative, always complaining, always doubting, that energy is going to rub off on you. But if you're around people who are driven, focused, and positive, that energy is contagious too. The more you expose yourself to positivity and success, the more your mind will start to reflect that. You'll start to believe in yourself more, to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and to push through challenges with confidence instead of fear. Controlling your mind also means being intentional about your thoughts. When a negative thought creeps in, you've got to catch it, challenge it, and replace it with something better. You can't just let negative thoughts sit there and fester. If you do, they'll take root and grow into something bigger than they ever needed to be. Instead, when you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," stop and ask yourself, is that really true? What evidence do I have that I can't? Most of the time, you'll realize that those negative thoughts aren't based in reality, they're just your fear talking. So challenge them, flip the script, and replace them with thoughts that serve you. Another powerful tool for controlling your mind is visualization. When you visualize your goals, your dreams, and your success, you train your mind to focus on what you want rather than what you're afraid of. When you can see it in your mind, you can start to believe it's possible. And once you believe it's possible, you'll start taking the actions necessary to make it a reality. Visualization isn't just daydreaming, it's a way of programming your mind for success. It's about creating a mental picture of where you're headed and letting that picture guide your actions. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. Are you going to let the world dictate your thoughts, or are you going to take control of your mind? It's easy to get swept up in the chaos of life, to let stress, fear, or negativity take over. But you have the power to choose a different path. You have the power to focus on what you can control, to think positively, and to approach every situation with a mindset that says, "I can handle this, I've got this." When you start your day with that kind of intention, everything else falls into place. Meditation and prayer are also powerful ways to control your mind. When you take time each day to quiet your thoughts, to center yourself, and to connect with something bigger than yourself, you give your mind the space it needs to recharge and refocus. Meditation helps you become more aware of your thoughts so you can catch the negative ones before they spiral out of control. Prayer reminds you that you're not in this alone, that you're part of something greater, and that you have the strength to overcome whatever comes your way. The bottom line is this: controlling your mind is a daily practice. It's not something you do once and then forget about. It's a commitment to yourself, to your goals, and to your future. It's about taking responsibility for your thoughts and understanding that they have the power to shape your life. When you control your mind, you take back control of your destiny. You're no longer at the mercy of fear, doubt, or negativity. You're in the driver's seat, steering your life in the direction you want to go. So start today. Start by being mindful of your thoughts. Start by feeding your mind with the kind of information, people, and experiences that will push you towards success. challenge the negative thoughts when they arise and replace them with thoughts that serve you. Visualize your goals, meditate, pray, and take control of your mind, because when you do that, you take control of your life. And once you're in control of your mind, there's nothing you can't achieve. Now let's dive into something that people often overlook but plays a huge role in how their lives unfold: your mood. Your mood is like the lens through which you see the world, and if you don't control it, that lens can distort everything around you. Think about it. You've probably seen it happen before. Someone wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, and all day they carry that bad energy with them. Every interaction is negative. Every obstacle feels like a catastrophe. They're walking around like the whole world is against them, when in reality, it's their mood that's the problem. They've let a fleeting emotion take over and dictate how they experience their day. But here's what you need to realize: your mood doesn't just happen to you. You have more control over it than you think. Your mood is not some external force that you're powerless against. It's not something you have to surrender to. Your mood is a choice. It's something you can regulate, something you can manage no matter what's happening around you. And when you understand that, when you realize that you have the power to control your emotional state, everything starts to change. Now, let's be clear about something: emotions are real. I'm not saying you should ignore how you feel. If you're angry, you're angry. If you're sad, you're sad. Those are legitimate emotions, and they deserve to be acknowledged. But here's the thing: just because you feel something doesn't mean you have to let it control you. Feelings are like waves. They rise, they fall, they come, they go. But you don't have to be swept away by them. You can learn to ride the wave instead of drowning in it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that their feelings are facts. They wake up feeling stressed or anxious, and they start to believe that their entire day is doomed. But feelings are not facts. Just because you feel something in the moment doesn't mean it's the absolute truth. It doesn't mean your day is ruined or that your life is off track. It's just an emotion. It's temporary. And the moment you start to recognize that, the moment you understand that your mood is fluid and can be changed, you take back control. Here's where you start awareness. Most people go through their day on autopilot, completely unaware of how their mood is affecting them. They let their emotions dictate their actions without even realizing it. They're reacting instead of responding. But when you become aware of your mood, when you check in with yourself and say, wait a minute, how am I feeling right now? You give yourself the power to shift that energy. You become the one in the driver's seat rather than letting your emotions steer the car. Think about it. How many times have you let something small set the tone for your whole day? Maybe you got stuck in traffic, or someone said something that rubbed you the wrong way. Before you know it, you're carrying that frustration with you all day, snapping at people, getting irritated over things that don't really matter. You let that one small thing snowball into something much bigger than it needed to be. But when you control your mood, you can stop that snowball before it gets rolling. You can pause, take a breath, and decide how you want to respond. You can choose to let it go, to not let that moment define your entire day. And that's the key choice. You always have a choice when it comes to your mood. You may not be able to control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. You can choose to dwell on the negative, or you can choose to focus on the positive. You can choose to let a bad moment ruin your day, or you can choose to move on and make the best of it. It's all up to you. And when you start to see your mood as something you can control, You stop being a victim of your circumstances. You become empowered. Now, controlling your mood doesn't mean putting on a fake smile and pretending everything is okay when it's not. It's not about suppressing your emotions or ignoring how you feel. It's about managing your emotions in a way that serves you rather than letting them run the show. It's about finding healthy outlets for your feelings and making sure that they don't dictate your actions in a negative way. Let's talk about gratitude for a minute. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you have for controlling your mood. When you focus on what you're grateful for, when you make a conscious effort to shift your attention to the good things in your life, it's almost impossible to stay in a negative state. Gratitude forces you to recognize that no matter what's going wrong, there's still something going right. It changes your perspective. It shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do have, from what's lacking to what's abundant. So when you find yourself in a bad mood, when things aren't going your way, take a moment to stop and reflect on what you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be something big. It could be as simple as the fact that you woke up this morning, that you have a roof over your head, or that you have people in your life who care about you. Whatever it is, focus on it. Let it fill you up. Let it remind you that even in the midst of challenges, there's still something to be thankful for. Gratitude changes everything. Another powerful tool for controlling your mood is your mindset. You see, your mood is directly tied to how you think. If you're constantly thinking negative thoughts, if you're always focused on what's wrong or what's lacking, it's going to be hard to stay in a positive mood. But if you train your mind to focus on the good, to see challenges as opportunities and setbacks as lessons, your mood will follow. Your mood is a reflection of your thoughts. So if you want to control your mood, start by controlling your mind. Meditation and mindfulness are great ways to do this. When you take time each day to quiet your mind, to center yourself, you create space for positive energy to flow in. You become more aware of your thoughts, and that awareness allows you to shift your mood when it starts to go off track. Instead of reacting to every little thing that happens, you learn to respond with intention. You learn to choose how you feel rather than letting your emotions choose for you. And let's not forget about your energy. Your mood is contagious. The energy you put out into the world will come back to you. If you're walking around with a negative attitude, constantly complaining, constantly focusing on what's wrong, you're going to attract more negativity into your life. But if you're positive, if you're optimistic, if you're grateful, that energy will attract more of the same. People will want to be around you. Opportunities will start to open up. Success will start to come your way. So take control of your mood. Don't let it control you. Don't let a bad morning turn into a bad day, or a bad day turn into a bad week. Recognize that you have the power to shift your energy at any moment. You can choose to be positive. You can choose to be grateful. You can choose to see the good, even in the midst of challenges. And when you do that, you'll start to notice that your life begins to change. Your mood matters. It affects everything you do, from your relationships to your career to your overall happiness. So don't take it lightly. Pay attention to how you're feeling. Check in with yourself regularly. And when you notice that your mood is starting to go off track, take steps to shift it. Breathe, reflect, focus on what's good. Choose gratitude. Choose positivity. Choose to control your mood, because when you do, you take control of your life. And finally, let's talk about money. This one's big, and I don't mean just in terms of dollars and cents. I'm talking about the mindset you have toward money. Money can either be a tool that gives you freedom, or it can be a shackle that ties you down, weighs you down, and keeps you up at night. Too many people are controlled by their money or by the lack of it. They're out here living paycheck to paycheck, wondering how they're going to make ends meet. They're drowning in debt, feeling like they'll never catch a break. They don't have a plan, and because they don't have a plan, they feel powerless. But here's the truth, money, just like anything else in your life, is something you can control. You've just got to be intentional about it. You've got to make the decision to control it instead of letting it control you. First off, let me make something clear. Money is not the root of all evil. You've heard that before, right? People like to throw that around, but they're misquoting it. It's not the money itself that's the problem, it's the love of money. It's when you become obsessed with it, when you start chasing it at all costs, when you're willing to do anything and everything just to get more of it, that's when you get into trouble.
Y'all heard it. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is. Don't go chasing it. That's why I sit back and let it come to me. All right? Hey, we kind of went over on time. I just wanted to check and see what was going to happen. See if this thing was going to reverse. But we still have consolidation sitting here. Looking to see if it's going to still drop. Either way, if this continues to go up, then I will close my trade and take it as a loss. Got my boundaries. I know what my limits are, and I'm not married to any of these trades. Okay, it's a 41 pip pullback. It's not bad, right? Not to me. 28 pip pullback. It's at 14. Okay. Know your limits. Know your limits. All right. Still holding on. I think it is. Today is Sandra's birthday. Happy birthday to Sandra. No, yesterday was birthday Eve. Let me say this. That good word for today, Philippians 4:13. Right? That's that scripture. That's that scripture for today. I think most of us may have heard that scripture before, or know that scripture and had heard it so many times. But it's good to be reminded. It's good to remember. It's so important. Sometimes I could watch a movie, and it could be my second time or third time watching this movie, then I'm like, man, I didn't even notice that first time I saw the movie, So I will go over and read scriptures, the same scripture over and over again. All right? I'm sure a lot of us do too, we may say them once or twice, or say them over and over again just to remember them. A lot of that. So, I just want to drop that in the chat. Okay. Philippians 4:13 is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You try to understand something. The Apostle Paul wrote this verse while he was in prison. He wasn't on vacation. Wasn't a day off from work. He was in prison. Reflecting on his life and his challenges, and he shared the story of his missionary journey, where he was faced with persecution, shipwreck, imprisonment, but yet he remained steadfast in his faith. That's what's powerful. His strength and his faith, his strength. Man, imagine just being in prison. You locked up and you write this. I mean, his strength delivered him from his relationship. Right? It enabled him to face adversities, continue to preach the gospel, demonstrating that his faith and empowerment for one to overcome all kind of crazy obstacles. And we complain about what we going. Let us go through this day knowing that whatever obstacles, stumbling blocks may come our way, we can surpass them because God is with us. When God is with us, no man can be against us. That's it. All right. So y'all can scan the QR code, join the Facebook group if y'all want to. It's free community. Side disclaimer. All right. Make sure that if you are trading, use proper risk management. If you're not a trader, then seek some professional advice before jumping into the market. You know, don't just go watch a couple YouTube videos and jump in. If you need some help, if you want taking a course, scan this QR code right here. Okay? Hit this one for Facebook. Jump in and ask me questions, talk to me. I just ask that you answer the 3 questions in the group so I know better how to serve you. Alright? So that's basically it, y'all. I have a free course that I'm going to be putting out there. If you're interested in taking a free course, reach out to me and let me know, because I really want to be able to help people. I understand this market a lot better, and I know that some of us, it's just the way we've been taught. So it's coming soon. Just reach me a message, reach out to me, hit me a message or something like that, and get you the link so you could sign up for the course. The trading compass. Old school, using the compass, but we use GPS now. So we'll get that GPS for you, we'll get that compass for you. Because you don't know where you're going. How will you know you arrived and that you've made it? All right, y'all. Have any questions? Hit me in the chat. I'll be on here for a minute. Talk to anybody want to talk to me. If you have any questions for me. Thank y'all for joining. God bless.